Assalamu alaikum to the whole fraternity of Fulban Oriental English Medium School, peace be upon you and Allah blessing Rahmat. I am Muhammad Anwar Khadri, your English teacher. Now we move on to the next poem. The Village Schoolmaster, written by Oliver Goldsmith. Few lines about the poet. Oliver Goldsmith is one of the best known writers of English literature of the 18th century. He has written a number of poems and novels. Some of his well-known works are The Vicar of Wakefield, The Deserted Village, The Traveller, and She Stoops to Conquer. Though Goldsmith was trained to be a doctor, he never practiced. Now coming to the poem's explanation part. The Village Schoolmaster is an extract from Goldsmith's famous long poem, The Deserted Village, in which he describes the decline of a village in Ireland in the 19th century. The extract describing the schoolmaster is said to have been inspired by one Thomas Byrne, an ex-soldier, who taught Goldsmith when he was a boy. The village schoolmaster ran his little school in a small village. It was situated next to the irregular fence that fringed the village path with full-blossomed, beautiful but ornamental firs. He was a very strict disciplinarian. He was familiar to the poet and all other truants because they had endured the master's rage. His face was a thing of careful scrutiny. The students were afraid of him and would gaze at his face to sense his present frame of mind. The day's misfortunes were written on his forehead or in between the eyebrows. The schoolmaster was a contradiction. Although he was stern, he was kind-hearted and good-humored. He had a store of jokes. When he told them, the children burst out in fake laughter, under the pretext that the jokes were awfully hilarious. If the children observed a frown on his forehead, they circulated the gloomy news throughout the classroom in an undertone. But he was in essence a kind man. If at all he had any fault, it was his intense love for learning. He wanted his pupils to become genuine scholars and hence, he had to be demanding with them. The villagers were unanimous in their opinion that he really was an erudite man. He, without doubt, could write and also work out sums in arithmetic. He could also survey land, forecast weather and tides. Besides, he was able to measure the content of a vessel. He was master at argument, too. Even the parson approved of his skill in debate. Even if defeated, the schoolmaster would keep on arguing. He would become more fervent and would fling booming words at his adversary. The uncomprehending villagers would be convinced that the schoolmaster was establishing his standpoint very thoroughly. They stood round the two debaters and witnessed the verbal duel. They were awestruck when they heard the high-sounding and incomprehensible words used by the schoolmaster. They stared at him and wondered how his small head could hold such an enormous hoard of knowledge. And another overview of the poem is as follows. The poem, The Village Schoolmaster, is actually a fragment of a longer poem called The Deserted Village, which is a description and social commentary on a village that has been abandoned by its residents. The final line of The Village Schoolmaster refers to the abandonment of the village when it says, the very spot where many a time he triumphed is forgotten. It was first published in 1770. Although the full poem was quite popular, it was also controversial due to its disparagement of the pursuit of excessive wealth and disdain of the corrupting influence of luxury. The Village Schoolmaster opens with a description of the fence and the shrubs that surround the school building. It then zooms in on the schoolmaster. In appearance he is severe and stern. In other words, he looks as if he is a strict disciplinarian. In his expression students can read if the day has been difficult. The schoolmaster often tells jokes, and the students laugh to please him, whether or not they think that the jokes are funny. If they see him frown, they are concerned and whisper to each other about it. However, the poem emphasizes that he is a kind man, and if he is ever severe, it is only because he is so concerned that the students learn their lessons. The entire village is impressed by the schoolmaster's education. He can not only read and write, but he can also do arithmetic, is skilled at debate, and has an impressive vocabulary. The simple rustic villagers marvel how one person can know so much. The time during which the schoolmaster was famous as a man of learning is in the past, though, and the school where he taught is forgotten. As